name is Keeling Beckford. First, I'm a recording artist from the 60s. I'm a producer and I'm an actor. I call myself an all-arounder in the music industry. Well, I started out the business in 1968 at the age of 13 years old. Well, I was born in Kingston, right, and grew up in St. Mary, Islington. All right. How I started out in the business, all right. My uncle Theophilus Beckford, he's a famous musician and an artist, all right. So when I used to come to town when I was small, he used to take me down by Duke Reed, you know, Orange Street, all right, and I get to see all of these artists and stuff like that. So I used to come to town every weekend. So like every weekend I would be on Orange Street, so I used to run into people like Desmond Dekker, Owen Gray, and all of those big artists, you understand me? So I met a good friend of mine named Michael Wilcock, right? He was a photographer. He used to take pictures, right? Like take pictures with all of the artists for album covers and stuff like that. So I used to, every time I come to town, I always go visit him on Orange Street. He used to work at a place called Morris Photo Studio. Right, so during that time I met Desmond Dekker. So Desmond Dekker used to play the piano at Beverly's there, you know. So I used to sit there every day and listen to him, you know. So one day I tell him, say, I can sing. So he say, sing something make I hear, you know. So I sing this song, Somebody Have Stolen My Girl. That was a Delroy Wilson song anyway, right? So I changed it up and start singing Somebody Have Stolen Shirley. So he said to me, say, Keeling, you need to go find an identity and come back, right? So finding an identity, it was hard. So I started to sing like Errol Dunkley. After that, I met Junior Biles, all right? Junior Biles took me to Lee Perry, all right? Lee Perry said, yeah, you, all right, but you need to go find the right song, right? Well, I never went back to Lee Perry. My friend Michael took me to a lady called Barnett, all right? But at the same time, when I went to Barnett, Lee Perry was the one who was doing the audition, yeah? So he said to me, say, Keeling, make I hear you now, no? So I sing the song Combination to him, right? So him look for me and him say, boy, you find a B-side. So make me hear the hit side now. Well, I couldn't find another tune. Not him like. Anyway, they took me to Dynamic Sound, right? And they recorded the song the night. It was a night. I think it was a Friday night. Eventually the song come out as a B-side, right? A group called The Versatile was on the A-side and me was on the B-side, all right? Somehow they took it to the radio station and Charlie Badcock was playing it. You're a famous DJ in Jamaica called Charlie Badcock. So I don't know if he put on the wrong side of the record, but he put on Combination, right? And he fell in love with the song, right? But in those days, the name was not the song, it was Blank, you know, white label, right? So everybody thought it was Errol Dunkley. So that song played about 3 weeks on the radio straight before my name mentioned. So that's how I come and bust out as Keeling Beckford. I was treated like a king. Even at school, you know, it was a whole different sensation, right? Everybody started look up to me, you know. So, you know, from a country boy, you'd have to call it, right, from the district, right? You become a big singer and every day you hear your name on radio and things like that, you know. So, and you walk down the street a man say, I'm Keeling that, you know, and him sing that song there, you know, yeah, and things like that. So, you become famous. Yeah, I've come like Rock My Baby, Why Can't I Touch You, Cecilia. God, it's a whole lot, because when I told people I sing over 400 songs right now, they don't believe me. But right now, it stopped that. I almost make 1,000 songs right now. Well, the journey is rough, you know, as well, rough, you know, because in those days, you don't get paid when you sing a song, right? It's just like a hobby, all right? And you hear your name on the radio and stuff like that, yeah, but you didn't get any money, right? The producer make all of the money, right? So for a while I didn't want to be a singer. I want to be a producer. Because that's where the money used to be. All the producer drive big car and everything like that. Singers like we couldn't even buy a bicycle. So that was it, you know. But when I started learning the business is when I migrated to London. And that was in 75. Right? I started learning the business now. The business part of the business. You understand me? Because I remember the first time when I went to London and I see all these people come out to see me, you know, I was doing a concert, right? I said to myself, say, so how so much people know about me and me that Jamaica broke, you know? I couldn't believe it. I didn't even know that the song was a big, huge hit in London. So from that I finished the show in London. I met a guy and he started showing me around London and we started to do pubs, yeah. So I didn't interested to do no more big stage show, you know. I was like a pub singer, you know. I sing in all of the pub them in London, Brixton, all over the place, you understand me? You make more money. So, you know, I enjoy that, you know. Then I migrate to New York. Well, when I come to New York, I run into my good friend Roman Stewart, right? Roman took me to a guy named Bobby Saki. That's who gave me my first stage show in New York City, right? After Bobby Saki, I run into Gil Bailey, right? Gil Bailey gave me my second show. Then I end up with a man called Winston Jones. Winston Jones is the man who guided me and showed me everything that I know in New York City. So, over the years, you know, in New York, I used to hang out by a store in Manhattan called Forward Record. You understand me? So, then hip-hop started to emerge right now, right? So I said to a friend of mine named Phil Pratt, big producer from Jamaica, right? Say, you know, we can do this thing and make some of them hip-hop thing, you know? And say, Keeling, you think you can find some artists? I say, yeah, man, me hear them boy down the road all the time. Arrears, right? So I find 3 guys, right? They call themselves the Maximus 3, you know? Alright, so we were searching for a song to do, you know, and we run into this music called Another One Bite the Dust, right? So I say, Phil, I have the right song now. We are going to version this song now. So what we do, we go to a studio in Manhattan. I think it named Bobby Blanc, right? And we did the version of Another One Bite the Dust. Right? And it was Pee Wee Mel, Barry B, and TJ Swan. They call themselves the Maximus 3. And that song becomes a hit. So after that song becomes a hit, we find out that a lot of people start come to us, you know, to record hip-hop stuff, you know, hip-hop. Then I started hang around radio station and I run into Mr. Magic. Right? Mr. Magic was the one who at WHBI play a lot of hip-hop record. You understand me? So that's how my song them used to get played, you know. But we did about 5 songs and we have 5 big hits. When I say big hit, we're talking about song we sell almost 100,000 or more. You understand me? You know, so when you take a stock, right, we make more money out of hip-hop music more than reggae music. But after doing the hip-hop for a while and things like that, right, I went back to London for a little while and then I decided for you, I never too like it anyway, you know. I just do it because you can make some quick money, yeah? So I went back and started doing reggae. While I was in London, a friend of mine took me to BBC. And that's how I discovered video, you know. A friend of mine took me to BBC and then I saw this girl was editing some video. It was some James Brown and some Motown type of things, you know. And I said, wait. I've never seen nobody do this for Jamaican artists, you understand me? So after I inquire certain things and learn certain things and get certain highlights in it, right? I went back to Jamaica and start video concert. You know, a lot of people used to laugh after me anyway and say, hey man, you waste your money and all of them things. But them never have the idea that I see the vision, you understand me? So I started out with like Whatz. There was one with Nicodemus. Couple stuff we started out with. That becomes a huge hit, you know, all over the world. I'm the man who do all of that, you understand me? And there was one with Nicodemus, Supercat, and Burro Banton. Yeah, Steromas, yeah.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah, that was me, yeah. So for a long time, I was leading the way, putting out all these videos, I remember the first one I sent back to Jamaica, right? Up by Derek Harriet, and he started showing it, and and a lot of artists, people tell people, oh, me see you on video and things like that. And everybody get excited. So every time I go to Jamaica, from I drop at Jamaica, artists used to find me from a video them. Because them get exposure. Okay. So that was it, So a lot of big artists we see today, right? I'm the one who responsible to make people know them in foreign, Yeah, they didn't be knowing out of Jamaica. I got even Beanie Man when I was a little boy. I remember I have a footage with him that he was DJing, and some guys take the mic from him, and Barry G said, don't worry, Beanie Man, your day will come. And he becomes a big star now. Well, it's made me feel good, But sometimes when I tell people, say, I'm the one who started this, they laugh at me. So I got to go pull out something and, prove every time I got to keep on proving myself. Like when I tell man, said, well, yeah, I was invited to the White House by President Bush. They laugh at me, right? So I have to go pull out the invitation, show them and this and that and everything. Nobody believe you, Because I'm not a guy who beat my chest and go on and ray. I just a calm guy and look upon a lot of people when them talk, and because a lot of men say them big on this, I don't understand that, but nobody don't really know them. Well, see what happened, right? How the whole reggae thing started, alright? Clancy Eccles and Lee Perry used to work with Downbeat, Mr. Clement Dad, alright? Somehow they have a fallout, right? And Clancy and Scratch, Lee Perry decided to do their own thing. So they was running a session at Dynamic Sounds. It wasn't Dynamics at that time. It's a name at Whirl, alright? They used to have a guitar named Rick Frater, alright? So Clancy was gonna use him on a session, right? So somebody called Coxon and tell him, say, Rick I go play for Scratch and Clancy, right? So Coxon come down there and take away Rick, right? The guitarist, right? We call him Rickabacker, alright? So Clancy said to him, say, don't worry man, we are going to change the beat for you, So it was Clancy Eccles, Scratch Perry, an engineer called, we call him Handicap. His name is Linford Anderson, alright? So they started to experiment, right? So they said go buy some beer, right? But the beer wasn't enough for all of the musicians them in the studio, right? So Glenn Adams and this keyboardist, they call him, I'll tell you the name in a minute, Winston Wright, alright? Winston Wright was playing the keyboard and Glenn Adams was playing the piano, alright? So Winston Wright put the beer on top of the keyboard, right? And Glenn tried to snatch it away from him, right? So his hand come down on the keyboard and it give the sound called, so ruku. You understand me? By trying to grab the beer, right? And Handicap was in the studio now and they was taping meanwhile. And he said to them, say, hold that sound there. And the whole night they start working on that sound. Ruku until they get it down, right? The person who was recording that night is a singer by the name of David Isaac. The song was Time Is Marching On. So that was the first reggae song, right? But what happened, a lot of artists could never sing on the reggae beat because it was whole different, because at that time it was rocksteady. So it was a transition from rocksteady into reggae. Right, so lots of the reggae, first set of reggae was end up to be an instrumental because artists couldn't sing it, right? One of the first big reggae song was Bangarang that Bonnie Lee produced, alright, with Stranger Cole. Right, so from there, so the reggae take off. But in Jamaica those days, you have two sets of music. You have uptown music and you have the downtown music, right? Generally, when the downtown artists make a hit, right, Like people like Byron Lee, them change it up and make a softer version for the uptown. But a lot of people didn't like reggae in Jamaica, you know, because reggae come from the word streggae. And you used to call girls in Jamaica streggae, you know, when you kind of loose woman, you know, them call you streggae. So a lot of people didn't like it. But you have a man from England called Dave Bettridge. He come by Jamaica and he hear the sound. And then he took it to London and start promote it, you know, against some hippie. I used to call them hippie, and some of them we call teddy boys and all of them things, you know. So that's how the real sound catch on in London. The sound, you have to say reggae start breaking London big time before in Jamaica. But a lot of people didn't know that. Oh man, I work with everybody. Everybody. You used to, one of the most famous band, it was Tom Cook and the Supersonic. Yeah, I work with them, right? I work with Hugh Malcolm. All the great musicians, them, I work with them in Jamaica, you know. Family Man, the Barrett brothers, you know. I never work with Bob, but I know Bob quite good, you know. The whole of we used to be on the corner, you know. So we used to hang out by Bunny Lee's store, you know, because Bob didn't have no store at the time, and you know, long after him have a store on Charles Street. But I used to go by Charles Street and Orange Street and I see Bob. Plus, he used to live next door in Trenchtown, side of my cousin Black and Marwell. So I used to go Trenchtown all the time. Sometimes I go check my uncle, and sometimes I go by my cousin, right? So I always see Bob, you know. And we used to talk, you understand me? I'm always say, youth, I like how you sound and things like that. Just keep it up, you know. Bob was nice, a very encouraging person. And a very friendly person too, you know. Love to play, you know. Like how that past time say, come here youth. A long time I want to beat you up, you know. And never chew like a punch, but it's like joke, you know. Well, Rock My Baby, I heard that song. I got that song, I went to London and I heard the song. It was a Johnny Nash cover, right? And then I took it, I went back to Jamaica and decided to do a version. So I am the first one who version that record. You know, you have a lot of record come, a lot of version come afterward, you know. But I did the first cover version from that. Just like I did the first cover version from Jimmy Cliff, Many Rivers to Cross. I'll give you a story of that, right? Many Rivers to Cross, it was a B-side of The Harder They Come, right? My cousin Black and Marwell took the record to me and said, Keeling, you know, if you sing that song, it will fit you. Yeah. And I do the song, Many Rivers to Cross. It went to number 12 on the chart, JBC, and it went to number 7 on RGR. That's how a lot of people discover back Many Rivers to Cross. Because it wasn't a popular song, it was the B-side of The Harder They Come. You got A-side and you got B-side. So most people play the A-side of the record, you know. So B-side was like, they never play the B-side at all. But sometimes you listen to a song and you hear the B-side and say, you know, that tune, if you do it, it can be a hit, you know. So I did it and it becomes a hit. Well, see what happened. When I started a record store, Keeling Records, I started in Manhattan, right? Then Mr. Chin from Chin Randy's called me one day and said he wanted to retire from the business, you know. And he think I was the only one who could take over his store, you know, and run it, you know. So I make him the promise, say I'll do my best, you know. So I run it for 23 years. Eventually, I bought the business from him, right? So I was there for 23 years. Then I moved to a new location.
Which is this one right here?
This is this one, 1362 St. John's Place. First location was 1342 St. John's Place. Well, in the business changed a whole lot, you understand me? From the digital age coming, you understand me? And the computer mess up a lot of things. It mess it up in the video business, kill the video business, and it also kill the recording business, right? Because everybody on the internet now, right, says download, download. But I don't see no big numbers, right, because I check the internet all the time and see what happened. Even the other day, they come out with a billboard, right? The biggest reggae song sold 25,000. Well, 25,000 record, we used to give away that. You understand me? When I made combination, right, we sell 30,000 records in 2 weeks. Right? Combination officially sell over 500,000 records, you know. Right? But I don't get paid all now. I've been fighting with Trojan Record to get paid, you know, because Trojan sell about 20 times already. So every time you go, them say, well, them doing responsible for the first owner. You understand me? They can't take it from with them, you know. So that was it, you know. So that is the business, you know. But back to it now. I think what happened, right? Because when they say 25,000 record sale, look how popular reggae is, all right? In Brooklyn alone, you have about 5 million Caribbean people, right? So if we was getting support, we could even sell 500,000 record or 1,000,000 record. So I don't see the download as any big thing. I understand, yeah, social media, right? You get famous all over the world, you understand me? But there's no sales to back it up. Well, let's say record coming back, right? So I'm looking forward to see what's going on. Because we've been struggling. All the record shop them been struggling. Everybody bankrupt. My opinion, the new set of artists them in Jamaica right now, right? They need to start write better material, alright? Now, what a man should realize, alright, is not what you sing, you know. It's the money what go behind you. You understand me? Because even right now, reggae music don't have a proper distribution. You understand me? VP is the best you can get, right? But VP is a label and a distribution. So, they might work on for them artists. You understand me? So, you need a national distribution. So, and there's no money put in behind the music. You see, reggae music, right? Reggae music and ganja go together because it's ganja build reggae music to where it is today. Because it's most of them man with some ganja money put some money behind the music, and that's where the music gets so far. Well, Bob Marley was one of the lucky one, right? You have a man like Chris Blackwell in him corner, right? So, some money went behind him, and that's how you get Bob Marley to world famous. Jimmy Cliff, he was there before Bob Marley. He was the first king of reggae, but Bob Marley did show him. Yeah, I was just talking on that on the radio the other day, right? Used to have a lot of New York artists. New York artists used to run the place. Yeah, they build reggae in Brooklyn, right? And if you're talking about build reggae, right? When I come to New York, me, Roman Stewart, Ken Booth, Cynthia Slash, we sing in every club you can think in New York City. Yeah? Because people used to say, go back home with your coconut music. You understand me? So we are build reggae in this town, right? But people don't really recognize us, you know. Some get recognized, some don't, you know. But back to what you were saying with all these New York artists, yeah. They do a whole lot, you know. Screechy Dan, Trevor Sparks, myself, Roman Stewart, Barrington Spence, I can go on and on and on, you understand me? Yeah. Winston Jones, you know, all these guys, even Carlton Coffee. Right, he's the one who sing Bad Boy with Inner Circle. Well, you got to blame it on the new DJ them on the radio, right? From dancehall, some of the dancehall music, them half key, right? And you can't tell them you nothing. Them tell you say, no, I'm my way this, that's how we are gonna do it, you understand me? You them need guidance, right? You don't have no producer now to guide them like them do. You have Witty, you know, Count Shelley and all of them, man, you know, yeah. Can say no, and used to have good studio, right? Even my guy, he died the other day, Philip Smart, right? Philip was an engineer by King Tubby's, you know, so he know the ropes and he can sit down and work with you, right? Not a lot of these engineers now, they don't even know. You see, from Pro 2 coming, right? Everybody become singer, and everybody become engineer. Everybody have a studio, right? They don't know studio. You have to have good sound, you know, good equipment, you know, and a lot of things. It just take a lot of things to create a good music.
So tell us about your studio here.
Well, my studio here is Studio 13, right? Well, officially, I have to say it started by Glenn Adams, you know, right? After he passed, I just took it over and changed the name, right? The first name was, well, he used to call it, I think, Foundation. Yeah. So after Glenn passed, right, I took it over, you know, bring in some new equipment and change the name, you know. So it becomes Studio 13. Ask me why it becomes Studio 13, because I was born the 6th of June, 6th of June, what I call it, the 13th of June. A lot of people don't know. Glenn Adams play a great part in reggae music, right? He dead and gone and he didn't get no credit for it. You understand me? He was the first reggae boys. You see, the reggae boys, them don't have no, it's the copy reggae boys. Glenn Adams is the first reggae boy. They sing a tune called Mama Look, Look There, Papa Look, Look There, you know? Yeah. Glenn Adams around a long time, way down from about 1960s, been in the business, yeah? Playing, creating and stuff like. Glenn Adams was part of the Upsetter. He was part of the Wailers. He helped write songs with Bob Marley, right? He was part of the Professional, Joe Gibbs and the Professional. He played with so many people. For all the works that he did, he didn't get paid, you know. And he created a lot of songs, you know. He's part responsible for the whole reggae business too. Yeah, and that shuffle organ. You know. I tell you something, right? They used to have a beat in Jamaica called Dranko Skank. Right? If you listen to a song called Ali Holy by the Fabulous Flames, alright? You hear that screeching organ. That's what Glenn Adams create that. No recognition, and they didn't get paid for it. You understand me? Because in those days, right, a lot of producers that you hear get big name, right? They're not even in the studio when the song make it. They don't know how to do anything. They want to put up the money, but them get all the credit. A lot of Glenn Adams, Glenn Adams do a whole lot of good work. Good work. Most of them Upsetter songs he hears Glenn Adams and the organ, yeah? Well, Shaggy was one of the lucky one, right? And he make money, you understand me? But other people could make the money that Shaggy make too, right? Like I said, it's all who you have behind you. Shabba Ranks did good, right? But somehow you gotta blame it at either Shabba Ranks or the management. I don't know who go wrong somewhere. You understand me? Yeah, you got a couple artists really get good break. You understand me? But I don't know what wrong. You know, management somewhere, it's always come down to management. First thing what you gotta do, try learn the business part of it. You understand me? You gotta learn the business. Publishing is very important, right? Yeah, you can live off of your publishing, because a lot of these whole artists, right, is when other people cover the song, right? They really get paid. Like when a UB40 cover in a song, yeah, you really get paid, you know? So that's what you gotta do. Write good songs and, you know, create your publishing. Hold on your publishing, you understand me? Don't follow the hype, because the hype not carry you going away. You understand me? Just do your one thing. Like I just come out with the idea now. I said, well, watch it. I gonna rise and shine, you know. I not gonna left behind. Right? So just do your one thing. Don't follow the next man, or you hear somebody come out with something. Yeah, try copy them. Just believe in you. Just believe in what you're doing, you know. It might take long, right? And it can be rough. Now, I wouldn't say can be rough. It's gonna be rough. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. But if you believe in the things you do, it will pay off sometime, you know. What I want to do is establish a museum for all these artists, from From I would say from Mento come right up to now. You understand me? Because reggae is an international sound, you know. I would say it's one of about the fourth biggest music in the world. Right? But I don't know why we can't make no money. Some people make money and some don't. So that is one thing I'm gonna start research this year. Where did we go wrong? And we have to correct it. It don't make sense we sit down and complain and all of them things, you know, because it now come back. We just have to go sit down and find where did we go wrong and we try to correct it.
What about the guys in Jamaica right now? They're carrying, like the artists are carrying it the right way, or are they messing up and destroying what you guys created?
Well, I don't see them doing the real foundation reggae. What I see them doing, everybody branching out in something else. They want to, what I see right now, right? Most of the Jamaican artists, them want to make something like R&B techno, right? While I see the foreigners, them want to sing reggae. You know, because I listened to a lot of songs that Eddie Murphy sing the other day, right? And I was surprised that him could manage it so good. You understand me? Right? Stick to the root like Bob Marley, Peter Touch and everybody do. I think so. I say, hold on to what we have, right? Don't try experiment. I wouldn't say don't try experiment, right? Because you have to experiment. You understand me? But still, hold on to the roots. Because without the roots, you're not going to have no branches. Well, I want to say what's up to the Keeling crew, you know that been with me for a long time. You have people like Diallo, the engineer, who helped me out a lot over here, so, you know, right? My staff that helped me at the record store, you know, thing like that, right? My daughter who always encouraged me, you know, she becomes a part of who doing the administration of the Keeling organization right now, you know. So I want to say big up to all of them people here. And can't forget my good friend Derek Harriet and 90. Bonnie Lee, you know, we still good friends, you know. Those are people that I look up to over the years. I come into the business and see them, and them guys that teach me a whole lot. I wouldn't say them guys, them man that teach me a whole lot. Without them guys there, I don't think I would be around here and know what I know today. Derek Harriet, 90, Bonnie Lee, and I can't forget Errol Dunkling, Delroy Wilson, my good friend Roman Stewart, the whole of we used to park on the corner, you know. Combination is hard to find. I'm telling you, baby, it's like glory divine. Combination is hard to find.
Oh, yes. Pam pa dam pam pa da da dam. Pam pa dam pam pa da da dam.